recovered Poseidon.
Aloy, can you come downstairs? Beta has something you need to hear.
Okay. I'll be right down.
Aloy, I have managed to unlock additional rooms within the facility.
Got it. Hey, Gaia. I'm back.
So I see what is on your mind.
Anything new?
The missing subordinate functions. What can you tell me about them?
Artemis rewilded the Earth with a variety of animal species. Eleuthio was responsible for gestating, nurturing, and acculturating a new generation of human beings. Apollo was tasked with preserving, organizing, and disseminating vast archives of human knowledge and cultural achievements. Unfortunately, all archived Apollo data was purged on the 2nd of February, 2066, by order of Ted Faro.
Pharaoh, huh? I really hate that guy.
Okay, heard all of this so far.
He appears to have been pathologically narcissistic, impulsive, and unstable.
All three of the missing functions have already served their purpose, or were prevented from doing so. Do you still need them?
Restoring their remaining elements would increase my heuristic processing density, empowering my overall function. Unfortunately, as we now know they are in the possession of Far
This is the new part.
attaining them in the short term is very likely impossible.
I guess our best shot at recovering them is by taking over the Zenith base. But we'll need Hephaestus and a bunch of combat machines to do that.
Correct.
This ending is sounding more and more like it's gonna be nuts.
Were you able to make use of Poseidon?
Yes. Many rivers, streams, and lakes associated with the regional watershed have been detoxified. As a result, red algae growth levels have seen a marked decline. According to my data, however, it appears a localized occurrence of red algae continues to persist near the coast.
Maybe I'll look into it when I can. So, Poseidon spent the last 20 years hiding out in Las Vegas. From the data I found, it seems the city had an advanced water reclamation system. Is that why Poseidon went there?
Most likely. In an effort to protect itself, Poseidon sought out a safe harbor where it could access water supply functions. There, buried and encased in a protective dome, it could guard against any threats.
Like 3 Osram showmen?
I suspect that was not the first time it felt the need to repel trespassers.
Beta believes the Zeniths want to use the terraforming system to wipe out life on Earth. Start over, so they can build it how they want.
Further supporting our hypothesis.
Why? Given their technology, they could wipe out the tribes of the world by easier means. And if they're the same people who left Earth 1,000 years ago, wouldn't they want the biosphere to be as it was?
It is likely they adjusted to different planetary conditions in their colony on Sirius. They may be trying to recreate that environment here.
Turning Earth into a new Sirius. Their own personal playground. So the Zeniths are the same people who left Earth. Physically immortal. How'd they figure it out?
From what we know of Far Zenith, it is plausible that prominent geneticists and engineers were offered a place aboard the Odyssey in exchange for their expertise. Given enough time, technology, and resources, any challenge can be overcome.
Like how Minerva eventually generated the deactivation codes for the Pharaoh Plague.
Exactly.
The Zeniths. Gerard, Eric, Tilda, Verbena. Beta said they were some of the most powerful people on Earth. Do you know anything about them?
Unfortunately, no. My personal database is limited to those who worked on Zero Dawn. Additionally, it appears Far Zenith was quite secretive about their members. Only one, Oswald Dahlgard, was ever publicly known.
Right. He was the spokesperson back at their old launch facility.
What we can conclude from your and Beta's experiences is that the Zeniths are ruthless in pursuit of their goal. To protect life on Earth, they must be stopped.
The extinction signal didn't just wake Hades. It made every subordinate function self-aware. Why?
I have wondered this myself. So far as I can tell, Hades was the sole target, and the partial sentience imparted to other subordinate functions was incidental.
A signal that precise would require thorough knowledge of the system. How could the Zeniths know that?
From the records on your focus, it appears Far Zenith had an informant during the development of Zero Dawn.
Hank Shaw. He was supposed to steal a copy of the system for Far Zenith, but Elizabeth and Travis Tate caught him first.
Yes. It is likely Far Zenith acquired knowledge on the systems designed through him, despite his failure.
So from what Beta told me, I guess we can assume the Zenith's technology is powerful in all sorts of ways, right?
Yes. As your encounters with them amply demonstrate, they appear to make extensive use of robotic servitors. Further, they seem to be equipped with some kind of protective energy field that shields them from harm.
They seemed indestructible, but that weapon the rebels used stripped their shield somehow.
Throughout history, every defensive technology has eventually been defeated by an offensive counterpart. While we lack the anti-shielding weapon, were I to absorb Hephaestus and utilize it to create a large force of combat machines, no shielding could withstand such an assault indefinitely.
So there's hope.
Always.
So, I guess Beta's here to stay. I gave her a focus. Told her to talk to you to see if she can help. She's not what I expected.
What were you expecting?
I don't know. Someone more helpful, I guess. And less pessimistic.
It is true, she overestimated our progress. However, it is also worth noting that her confidence in your abilities emboldened her to escape the Zeniths.
I guess so.
Give her time. She may yet come around.
How come that set of dialogue didn't have black bars behind the text?
So there's a few people here now, and they're learning. All about you, the ancient world. Almost like what was supposed to happen before Apollo was purged.
Yes. While the loss of the Apollo database was catastrophic, there is still much that can be gleaned from the data you have uncovered. For instance, Varl has been reviewing the last recorded entries from those who perished during the Pharaoh Plague. Hearing their hopes and fears made him quite somber.
Anything I should be worried about?
I do not believe so. I have elected not to intervene, to allow him to process this on his own terms.
When I dove down into Vegas, I found data about the man who built the dome over the city. Stanley Chen.
Stanley Chen?
Turns out he was a member of Far Zenith.
Yeah, so maybe he's still alive?
He loved Vegas so much, why did he
If he's
abandon
part of
it?
Far Zenith?
Why not try to save it?
The Zeniths, at their core, have proven to be exceptional survivalists. Faced with overwhelming odds of extinction, they chose to flee.
Even still, what he achieved. Water to the wasteland, an entire city brought back to life. 1,000 years later, the whole place was still on standby, just waiting for someone to come along and pick it up. I'll be off.
Farewell, for now.
I wonder if they meant to put the black bars for the conversations, because Gaia's like so bright. It's really hard to see the white subtitles. Oh wait, the drones. You gotta plug these in. Okay, so what do these
Drone's
do?
reconnected now.
Is it loading? Oh.
An excellent choice.
Oh, it's literally the area where I recovered it from. Oh, that means if we pick the one we picked up at Las Vegas. Oh. I thought we were gonna be able to see the lights. It's just desert. Okay, well, I'll just leave it. Maybe it'll change when it hits nighttime. Anything new with you guys?
Aloy, you're back. Is something on your mind?
Maybe. It's about the Tenakth rebels.
Oh yeah.
And the Osram.
Right.
Really? Well, that doesn't sound good. Well, let me know how I can help.
Yeah.
I discovered an Osram militant group. They call themselves the Sons of Prometheus. It looks like they're the ones overriding machines for the Tenakth rebels.
I thought that was something only you could do.
They're familiar with ancient tech, and they're as anti-Karja as it gets.
So, last year we stopped Durval and his cronies from blowing up Meridian in retribution for the Red Raids. And now you're telling me we have another group of Oseram trying to wipe out the Karja with an army of machines and bloodthirsty Tenakth?
Pretty much.
Oh, well, that's just great!
Is there any way you can help me find out who they are? Anything to track them down and stop them?
Yeah, I can send out some messages from Chain Script. Get in touch with my contacts in the claim. See what I can find out.
I'd appreciate that.
Oh, we could play Strike. Hmm.
Oh, and I'll let you know if I find out anything more about the Sons of Prometheus.
Same here.
Oh wait, no, we can. Okay, Billowbacks. Scrappers. I haven't fought any of these yet. I need one more primary nerve. And then yeah, the 2 tusks. I don't know how I'm gonna get the tusks. Okay, but that's fine.
The more I learn about the old ones, the less different they seem from the people of today. You've returned.
Anything new, Cthulhu? How's your training going?
Anything else you've been looking at with that focus?
Gaia showed me the knowledge you recovered out in the desert. I am no chaplain, but I'd be curious to test if something I read is true.
What is it?
The old ones believed one could hear the great waters, even in the middle of the desert, if you carried the carcass of a water animal with you. They called them seashells.
Oh.
That sounds kind of gross. I have to get going.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Carry on.
I don't think it's what you think it is.
Looks like Gaia was able to unlock that door.
Okay, so this is
A lot
new?
of equipment in here. Gaia, what was all this for?
This room was designed for management of the facility's vast seed banks. From here, control center operatives would have monitored new crop rotations into the automated farmlands, now known as Plainsong.
Ah, okay, Zoe would
see.
love this then.
console, there are still thousands of plant samples stored deep below the facility. I could ask Gaia about them the next time I talk to her.
We're not gonna be starting a farm, are we?
I've been tackling the design of the Ag Lab. Place is gonna have a lot of seed stock to work with. My favorite? Sample 626. Calotropis gigantea. The crown flower. We used to have one in our backyard. Butterflies always fluttering around. Every morning, August would run out there to check under the leaves. See if any caterpillars turned into chrysalises. Now, I'd like to imagine that the future will be filled with them.
Poor guy.
Hi! Happy birthday, Isaac. Daddy sure does love his little big man.
She found that recording from the data on your focus. She's been
I
watching
remember
it.
that one.
I think it helps calm.
It was like one of the first ones we found. It was like the tutorial section in Zero Dawn.
You know, I used to watch this a lot too. Whenever I wanted to take my mind off things.
Daddy sure does love his little big...
But there's something you need to tell me?
While you were gone, I came down here to check on her. Then we started talking. Right, Beta? She's been thinking about how to capture Hephaestus, studying the data Gaia gave her. But we started talking about some other stuff. You know, just getting to know each other, right? And then she told me that one of the zeniths might be different from
Is it
the
Stanley
others.
Chen?
Tilda.
Oh,
You saw
okay.
her at the Hades Proving Lab.
Go on.
On the way to Earth, the Zeniths never showed their faces.
My servitor caretaker referred to them as my benefactors, and promised I'd meet them someday, when I had learned enough. And then, one day, a data channel opened in my training interface.
In it, Tilda was waiting for me.
In a virtual replica of a house on a cliff overlooking the ocean. It was beautiful.
She showed me paintings, books, media files.
We met there in secret many times. But a few months later, it stopped.
Can you tell us why, Beta?
I found some data about Tilda at the Hades Proving Lab. I think she was a liaison between Far Zenith and Zero Dawn. She knew Elizabeth Sobek, that's for sure.
Maybe that's why she reached out to you?
What else can you tell us about Tilda? She liked to talk about her paintings. What about herself? Did she ever talk about her life on Earth, how she joined the Zeniths, something like that?
She never said much about herself, and she hated it when I asked too many questions. But I think, back on Earth,
she was an expert programmer, given that she built a data channel the other Zeniths couldn't detect. Is there anything else about her that we might be able to use to our advantage?
she was the first real person who ever bothered to speak to me. I wasn't really assessing her for strengths and weaknesses.
Fair.
You said that Tilda reached out to you using a data channel?
It appeared in my training interface as another assignment. When I opened it, there were a series of intermittent glitches.
I realized they formed a transpositional cipher. Instructions on how to open up a new virtual space. When I entered it, my training interface disappeared. Instead of the usual holographic teachers and files, I was in a perfect recreation of her home. And you're sure the other Zeniths never knew about it?
To them, it looked like I was still in training, toiling away. Alone.
So this secret virtual space looked like a house with an ocean view?
I could see white caps and hear waves crashing on rocks below. And there were gulls crying outside. Inside, Tilda had frames that showed off her favorite paintings, changing at intervals to match the light. There was an armchair she liked. She'd sit there and gaze outside while I looked through her things. We spent hours in that house. I never wanted to leave.
You said Tilda showed you paintings and let you access media files?
Every time we met, she showed me a new painting. I think she was Dutch. All of her favorite pieces were from their golden age in the 1600s.
1600s.
Ships at sea.
Now that's a bit more relatable.
Did it
I
interest you?
think.
I liked her media portal. It had so much more than my training interface. Clips, shows, hollows.
You just got back from work?
My favorite
Oh,
was
dang.
this one called Second Time Around, about a family whose kid
Wait,
comes
isn't
back
it-
after disappearing during the hot zone
The heck?
crisis.
Right, but did this portal have anything
Isn't it
about
pretty late for
Zeals
you?
themselves? Anything we could use?
No. Any information about them was redacted.
So Tilda set up a secret virtual space where she could talk to you, a house on a cliff. Then later, she cut you off. But other than the fact that Tilda knew Elizabeth, you don't know why she did those things?
I don't, okay? I thought of every possible reason that would make her leave, but whatever I did wrong, I don't know what it is. When I finally met the others, she ignored me. Acted like the data channel never existed. None of this even matters. Tilda's the same as the others. It won't help us defeat them.
Okay. Let's leave it at that then.
Beta's really got some issues.
I'm trying. Varl.
I'm pretty sure the door wasn't
She is
supposed to
tough
do
take.
that.
I'm out there in the wilds, risking my life every day, and all she can do is hide in there and tell us how hopeless it all is. I'm sorry, she's had a rough time, but she is really not helping right now.
You always seem to be on top of everything, so I sometimes forget about what you've been through. I mean, it wasn't that long ago you were so banged up you couldn't even walk. About that. When I pulled you out of the water back near the proving lab, you were muttering Ross's name. You never talk about him, but he raised you, trained you. You must miss him a lot.
Of course I do. But I don't have time to think about that now. I need to get back out there.
Okay. I'll keep working with Beta. Gaia says she knows a lot about Zero Dawn. And maybe she just needs some time to adjust, and then she can help us with Hephaestus.
Sure. But I won't hold my breath.
I guess we do forget sometimes Aloy's been through some shit. Like at the very beginning of the game, she had like some weird fever dream. Oh, now they got new dialogue.
Hey, Aloy. Is everything all right? It seemed like you and Varl were down in that basement for a while.
Yeah, everything's fine, I guess.
Well, okay. What can I do for you?
How are things going around here?
Hey, you tell me. Varl's new girlfriend tried to kill me earlier.
What did you do?
I made one joke about how they, eat grass a lot. How does anyone fight with nothing but tree leaves in their stomach anyway?
From the looks of it, the Utaru.
Yeah, well, I wasn't expecting her to be that fast.
Just try not to get hurt. I see someone's been playing Strike.
I'm just trying to get some practice in. Helps take my mind off things.
Yeah, you kicked my
Try
ass with
playing
those
Cthulhu.
fat units
It's
of
a
yours.
Tanakh game. Maybe you'll learn something.
Oh, sure, Tanakh. Sure you won't try and kill me if I win?
Pretty sure. Do I smell ale?
I brought some over from Chain Scrape. And with everything that's been going on, I thought we could all use a drink. Besides, there's nothing that brings people together like a good brew. That's what my sister always said. You're more than welcome to have some.
Maybe another time. You still sifting through loads of data?
Yeah, it's interesting. There's lots of words. I thought maybe I could try finding things with more pictures in it. Not much luck there, but I did find out about these
oh no, he's getting into movies now.
Images put together to tell a story. They were made to look like they were the real thing. The Oseram-like shows. I bet they pay a lot of shards for those hollows.
Oh, just like our friends we met in Vegas. Starting to make sense now.
Hang of this data thing.
Yeah, it's been helpful. When I could make sense of anything. I did find the old ones enjoyed a good brew like the rest of us. Only they let machines serve the stuff in bars. They even let the damn things cut you off before you saw the underside of a table. And that's half the fun. You won't see me letting a robot serve me a pitcher anytime soon.
Alright, good talking to you, Aaron.
I should get going.
Back to reading, yes. You be careful out there.
Alright, Varl.
Hey, got a sec?
Of course.
You feeling okay?
I was just thinking about Beta and all that time spent with the Zeniths. To think someone would make a person just to lock them in a room to use when needed, like some sort of tool. Elizabeth Sobek sacrificed herself for the world, and yet they have no trouble treating Beta like a slave.
Another reason we have to stop them. How's training?
Discovering something new about our past every day. When we first met, you asked me if I ever wondered what this world looked like when the old ones lived here. I thought it was strange at the time, but a lot has changed since I left the Embrace. Now I'm just trying to make sense of everything I thought I knew, and versus everything I know now.
The change is hard, but it gets easier over time. It's hard to believe we're dealing with the original Zeniths. The same ones that left for Sirius 1,000 years ago.
To live on for so long, it doesn't seem natural.
Because it's not.
That weapon we found where Beta was hiding, any chance we can use that against them?
Silence made sure that wasn't an option.
Why would he build something to hurt Far's Zenith, yet allow them to capture you?
With Silence, there's always an angle. I just don't know what it is yet.
Yeah, I still can't tell if the guy's trying to help us or, you know, just be an ass. But knowing Silence, he probably found that the Zeniths have Apollo, and he probably wants to get his hands on it. So, I don't know.
What do you make of this Tilda that Beta was talking about?
Well, the way she described it, I can't shake off the feeling that Tilda wanted something from Beta. Maybe because she's Elizabeth Sobek's clone? But whatever she wanted, I don't think she got it. If we knew what it was, maybe we could use it to our advantage somehow.
I don't know. I don't think Tilda and Elizabeth were on the best of terms.
Oh well. At least we can take some comfort in knowing the Zeniths don't trust each other.
Maybe. You brought up Rost before. I do think about him. You know, he was all I had. And he brought me up the best he could. Not only that, when Hades discovered who I was and sent the Eclipse after me, he sacrificed himself so I could survive. That seems like ages ago. So much has happened since. What I'm doing now, I don't think he could even begin to understand it. The sacred lands were all he really knew. So I can't let myself dwell on it. Not with everything I have to do.
I understand. Sometimes when I think about my sister, about what she would have become if she had survived the proving, it hurts. And I just need to bury it for a while. But only for a while, Aloy. You can't ignore it forever. Memories always come back. The ones that matter, anyway.
I know. But for now, the mission has to come first.
Fair enough.
That was kind of deep. I didn't need
I should
these.
get back out there.
We'll be here if you need us.
I didn't need these heavy feelings this late at night. Any updates, Zoe?
Aloy,
Hey, how's everything going?
I am well, but Varl told me Beta's having a hard time adjusting to life here with us. I wish there was something I could do to help.
I'm not sure any of us can.
A tree won't bear fruit in a day. We'll do our best to make her feel welcome.
Are you guys training with Erend as well?
If you count trying to stick a spear in his gut as training, then yes.
I've been told. Please tell me you weren't being serious, though.
Of course not.
Good.
I was going for a couple of broken bones. He called the Utaru leaf grazers. Laughed at the idea of us simple farmers being formidable fighters. Before I knew it, he and I were battling it out in the common room. The man is slow, but he can throw a hammer around. Don't look so worried. We're evenly matched. For now. Next time he's going down like a load of boar dump.
Just try not to kill each other.
Injuring his pride should be good enough.
Is there anything I can help with around here?
Hmm? Oh, no. We're doing fine.
Are you okay?
You and Varl have been friends for a while.
I like to think so.
I was wondering, what do you know about his mother?
Oh,
That bad, huh?
why do you want to know?
He's spoken of his sister, Vala, but I noticed he avoids talking about his mother.
His
She's
mom
the
is...
war chief of the Nora.
Yeah.
Best warrior the tribe's ever known. Tougher than a Thunderjaw, but she could be pretty harsh at times.
I see. That must have been hard on him. Thank you for telling me. I feel silly not being able to ask Varl directly.
I wouldn't worry about it. He's probably afraid Sona will scare you off someday.
I'd like to see her try.
Found anything else combing through that data?
Varl and I have been looking into the animals of the old world. Apparently there used to be thousands more species roaming around than there are today. Can you imagine that? I'd give anything to see them, even as holograms.
There's a place
Though I
back
know
at
that
Yellowstone.
without Artemis or Apollo, that may prove difficult. At least I can find comfort in knowing Gaia used many of them as inspiration for her machines. Her memory honors them.
What are you going to learn next?
I'm not sure. I asked Gaia for suggestions, and she brought up data you found on something called a museum? From what I gather, the old ones would store knowledge in them for all to see and learn from, like you've done here for us. Maybe one day more people will be able to use this place to learn the way we have.
That sounds crowded, but nice. Zia stood a number on Beta. But she seems to trust Varl.
I still can't believe she told him the Zeniths are immortals. Old ones who cut themselves off from the cycle of life and decay. I've never heard of anything so selfish. To deny our dying bodies to the earth. To doom the life that would bloom in their place. It's despicable.
That's just how people are.
I should
Alright.
get going.
Nice talking with
Good
you,
luck on
Zoe.
your search.
Okay. Maybe Cthulhu also has some dialogue. He's over at... Yep.
Mind if we have a word?
Of course not.
Does it still hurt?
It comes and goes. I try not to think about it, but its absence is always present for me. It's difficult to explain.
It's
I can't
phantom
claim to
pain.
understand. Only empathize.
We gotta get you
And you
a
have my
freaking
thanks.
cyber arm, dude.
Have you spoken with Erend at all?
I've had little chance to. I did see him bring some ale from out east.
That stuff's as bitter as self-brush.
You get used to it, eventually. In fact, I wouldn't mind a drink myself.
I'm sure Aaron wouldn't mind sharing. Must be strange, seeing everything through a focus now.
I can see machines like never before. Their strengths and weaknesses simply reveal themselves to me. To think that such a tiny object might be the most powerful weapon I've ever possessed.
If only you could share that with the rest of the Tanakh.
What do you think of this place? It must take some getting used to.
It's an efficient center of operations, and an acceptable training facility. Though it could use some more color.
Duly noted. I should get going.
If I can help in some way, say the word.
I will. Thank you.
Alright, I think that's everybody. I imagine Zoe's gonna have fun in this room next time I come back. Whoa!
Now that everything's thoroughly soaked.
She's my sister.
Whoa! Hello.
Ah, Red. Just who I need.
You know her? Great. Then tell her that going out there is a bad bet.
You tell him he better crank out what he knows before I pummel him in.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. Slow down, Della. What's going on?
It's my sister, Boomer. She ran off into the desert. We had a fight. I told her we'd discuss it in the morning after we both had time to cool off. But when I woke up, she was gone. And Spectacles over here was the only one to see her leave. But he refuses to tell me which way she went.
You can't go striking off into the desert. You'll get lost. And if thirst doesn't kill you, the Vanishing Dread will. You know what happened to the Delvers who went out there last? No, you don't. No one does, because they didn't come back.
What about my sister? She's out there all alone.
Maybe she's a sunk cost.
Whoa there.
I'm asking you, Red. Help me find her.
Of course. Well, go find your sister. But what is this Vanishing Dread you're talking about?
What's the Vanishing Dread?
That's what Stemmer calls the machine that stalks the sands out there. Sometimes you'll see it in the distance. A stationary blur of metal. Will stay like that for hours. And then the next time you look, gone. Like it was never there.
Are they talking about
What kind of
mirages?
machine is it?
Don't know. No one's ever gotten close enough to find out. A few of those delvers went out there once, but all they found was a bunch of sand dunes. But I don't care what it is. It's not gonna stop me from finding my sister.
It's definitely a mirage.
The argument you had with Boomer? What was it about?
Well, it started out as the same old spark and boom. I found her tinkering with one of my prototypes, trying to add explosives, as usual. And when I reminded her that the last time she did that, she nearly burned the whole place down, she just looked at me and shrugged. Then we got into this whole scorched out mess about why we had to leave Chainscrape and come out here. Why, for the love of the Forge, she has to blow everything up.
And what did Boomer say?
Well, that's the thing. She didn't say anything. She just sat there, ignoring me. Even when I went to bed. Not a word. And then, when I woke up in the morning, she was gone. She's never done that before. But knowing her, she's gonna get in some kind of trouble out there. And that's why I need to find her.
What brought you and Boomer out west?
Ah, that. There was an accident in Chainscrape.
You mentioned that.
An explosive accident?
Well, you know how Boomer is. So we grabbed our tools and skipped town. Heard about a caravan striking out west after some passage got reopened. Decided to join up.
But why come out here? You could have gone anywhere.
Can't really go back to the claim, and anywhere else is a little too inhabited. At least out here, there's less chance of collateral damage. Besides, this place is gonna be a destination one day, right? Dad always said, get in early.
If you think I can be bribed, know that I only take shards up front. No credit.
Maybe we got in too early.
If Boomer's lost in the desert, I might be able to find her.
I'm coming with you. All this is my fault anyway.
No, you stay here.
But you'll die.
Where did you last see her?
I suppose if you're with her, the odds of survival do go up. I thought I saw her heading towards the metal arches east of here.
I still need to talk to people. I'll meet you over at the arches.
Then that's where we'll start. I'll meet you at the arches.
Okay. Join me there as soon as you can.
Boom or bust. They definitely got a whole lot of people here quick.
Remedies for all who use it.
You really think they'll put up with all that cartridge?
Noticed machine riders earlier. They seem like they were racing.
Who here dares challenge me? Strike.
It's a whole ass like bar up here.
The promise of another adventure.
Stemmer, did you need something?
As a new dream dawned for the adventuring trio, they returned to the depths of the formerly sunken city, where fortune was found behind every crumbling wall as a bulging cake bursts with free-flowing ale. That is, we broke our way into more of the ruins below, and in one of them, the wordsmith beheld a glimmering gizmo, a wonder among a sea of wonders. Alas, the gizmo lay beyond his grasp.
You saw some kind of gizmo but couldn't get it?
A door bars the way, locked by some confounded means. Moreland contemplated explosives, but Abaddon thought the odds of crushing the gizmo under rubble were too high. For once, the shard counter skepticism might be warranted. The old wordsmith's hopes were dashed, until a friend with a knack for performing the impossible returned from beyond the sands. Might I persuade you to venture beneath the desert once more?
Sure.
I'll see what I can do. Where is this place?
Once you're down there, take a right at the statue of the giant man. The ruin rests beside a metal tower. And so our heroine went forth, and the wordsmith's hopes went with her.
Okay, so it's another relic hunt. Is there any more to do here? They really got a lot of people to show up. I wonder if they're gonna try rebuild the buildings to match the holograms. Because I mean, like, seems like the normal thing to do.
If you're feeling bold, there's a Tanakh outpost nearby. The rebel kind.
Oh wow. You can tell this building, I guess, got shifted down a bit based on the hologram. Alright. Night of Lights. Hey! I can't talk with you. Okay, cool.
This'll break my fall.
This was over here. Oh, it was behind, okay. I'll try to remember that. Last time we took the elevator. This time I don't remember where the elevator was. I wonder, I guess based on everything so far, nobody has bothered to expand down here yet.
Okay. There's the giant statue that Stemmer mentioned. The ruin should be nearby.
It's too bright. How are you seeing anything, Aloy? Does it talk about the Poseidon looking thing? And then that's a black box, I think? Wait, I kind of want that.
A room beside a metal tower. The gizmo Stemmer's after should be inside.
Oh, maybe...
Oh, snap, boss. I can get them on my side. Now
Vista
the
Point.
override's fixed.
Wait, Vista Point? Where? P. Collins, Land of the Free. How can it be free if you don't drive our own cars? As your lawyer, must remind you removing the car self-driving automotive. What's the whole point of the case? Return to find It's just the car. Safety must come first. Blah blah blah. Not okay. Yeah. Talk about a Vista Point, though.
Maybe try your house.
Oh, what the heck?
Looks like the city inside the dome.
Okay, what am I looking at? Some kind of statue thing on the left. Oh, that. That astronaut. Okay, so it's got to be like further back. I think we gotta be further back. Closer, further back? Oh, fuck, I can't tell.
That did it.
Are you kidding me? It's right here. Oh, wait. This is a highway. Fuck! Sour R fuck? Oh my god. I can't believe it's on that little piece. Okay, going in here.
I think I'm in the right place. Now, where's that gizmo?
We're talking about this
There.
door.
That must be the gizmo. Looks like this door needs a code to open. I should check around the room, see if I can find anything that might help.
Check around the ruin.
Sends to my stash.
And by ruin, I'm assuming it's gonna be like this whole place. Nope. Oh, there we go. Okay.
What's in here? So the gizmo is actually called an ornament.
Shay, remember when that guy came in saying he was Kyle's business partner? He was here to collect ornaments set up for the big show. Well, the ping back from those currently puts them all over the southwest. Kyle's change the code for his office. Cleaning bots will be updated. Pile up at the door trying to get in. Here's the code. 135. Yep, same 6-digit code as the RSVPC sent out. Guy's not too creative. What can I say? So it's something 135.
Found one of these in another room. Sounds like there were more out there. And it looks like there's part of a code. Might be for the door. I better keep looking around. Maybe I can find the rest of it. I should look around the room. There might be a way to open up more of the ruin.
Okay, so it is somewhere
The
here.
hatch might lead to another part of the ruin. But how to get to it?
These crates. Oh, what the? Okay.
Hair is thick with the seat.
I can't believe I didn't notice that.
There's an opening at the top of the fence. Could be a way in, if I can find a way to get up there. Those crates could help me reach the opening at the top of the fence.
I can't just yoink it out, can I? Pull, Aloy, pull! It's not budging.
Maybe there's a way to pull the top crate off.
There was a hole here. Silly me for not noticing things. Can I get up here, please?
If I separate the crates, I can pull the bottom one out. There we go.
Okay, so what's the plan here? We just try to stack the crates. Because I don't need the second one, I think. Over here? No. Oh, wait, no, I think I do need the two. Because I bet, yeah, I drag one up here to place it on the other one. Okay. How does this work? Oh. This thing just has a bunch of holes everywhere.
Some distance first.
It doesn't help when your lighting is realistic and people can't notice the details. Uh-oh. Okay. We're good. Can I pull this? I can.
There. Should be able to reach the opening now. Made it.
Now what?
They won't budge from this side.
Some another crate. Drop down, go through here. Okay.
Yeah, it won't work this close. Let's see where this leads.
Anything behind me? Nope.
Oh, I'm back outside. What else is up here?
Oh, come on. Does it have to be squarely on the blue thing? It couldn't just be like an actual square. They have to make it on the object. Okay, this has to be it, right?
Looks like the ornaments were part of something.
Standout Hollow cordially invite you to the Night of Lights holiday promotion. 739135.
Called the Nights of Lights holiday promotion? A way to celebrate old world holidays by changing the holograms above ground. Oh, the code's here too. I should have what I need to open the door.
739135, 739135, 739135, 73935.
There we go. I'm in.
Hey, it's Christmas.
Got it. Time to head back up to Stemmer.
Okay, so these
Figure out how to make this
gizmos,
thing
these
work.
ornaments are gonna help them change the displays, and that'll kind of help them run their business. Is my guess. Sort of.
Heroine, delver of the deep, approached. The Nora returned, but did she bring tidings of triumph or misfortune?
I got the gizmo, and it's not the only one I found. Here.
The old wordsmith, keen spark in his eye, gratitude in his heart, held aloft the gizmo that had eluded him.
It's called an ornament, actually. Part of a set. I think there are more scattered in ruins beyond the desert. I might be able to track them down.
And so the mystery of the ornament deepened. For what purpose were these trinkets designed?
Something called the Nights of Lights holiday promotion. It's a way the old ones celebrated special occasions, I think.
Like feasts?
Kind of. I think a holiday marked a seasonal event.
And so does every feast in the claim. There's the Feast of the First Keg, the Feast of Fermentation, the All Hops Feast.
All about ale, huh? I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Anyway, these ornaments could supposedly change the lights above ground, but I'm not sure how.
That's for you guys to figure out.
I recognize this marking. Saw the same on a little device we unearthed. Here.
You might be able to turn on the lights.
Time to find out. Which one should I try first?
Oh, interesting. Okay, so the one we just found was Christmas. What the heck is Bodhi Day? Eid al-Fitr, and we have St. Patrick's. Chinese. I mean, Chinese New Year just passed. Just saying.
I want to see this one.
And so the wordsmith set out to bring new light to the ruins above. Showers of sparks and serpents. Whatever they were celebrating, it must have been quite a festival. Let me know if you find any more of those ornaments. Wonder what other holidays the old ones celebrate.
Okay, not as amazing as I thought it was going to be.
Good
I
to
guess
see
we
you
could check
again,
the other
Ember.
ones out.
So, what can I do for you?
Let's take a look at, I guess, the Christmas one.
Let's go with this one.
I'll get right to it.
We're just like scrolling
Sure
through all of
sparks
them.
kindle flame. This must have been some kind of winter festival. What kind of beast is that? Almost looks like a fanghorn. From journeys unknown, the Nora returned to the teller of tales and keeper of ornaments. So, what
It's
will
like,
it be?
just imagine you're like the prop master or whatever, But the only way you can view all these things is by putting it out on public display. Okay,
Let's
what's
put this one.
Bodhi Day?
By our heroine's word, the lights would dazzle the sky. Beneath the cascade of golden leaves, the old wordsmith found himself reflecting inwards, meditation of the mind, and a calming of the spirit.
I don't really know what these are. They look like leaves.
This must have been the feast of the crescent moon. They couldn't have celebrated every crescent moon, could they? By the forge, that'd be a lot of feasts.
This feels like kind of like a lantern festival thing, especially with the way those things are flying up. And then I imagine St. Patrick's is going to be a lot of green.
This one seems good.
I hope Abaddon is ready for this. Why by the forge would the old ones celebrate some kind of green leaf?
It's for luck, I think.
Alright. I guess we're stopping on that one. Because that should be all of them.
The edge beyond the shore, this weight of root and rod, I long to reach the other, to find the path we love.